Hello and welcome to another custom figure review. Today we're going to be looking at this custom Asylum of the Daleks new series Dalek. This is again another casted Dalek. This is made out of a spare one that didn't go so well, but yeah, I will take you through the stages. So whilst I was building this lovely bad boy, the Resurrection Dalek, I ran out of moulding stuff, so couldn't finish this Dalek. So in the meantime, I'd already moulded up bits for the new series Daleks. Now this was originally meant to be a clean new series Dalek in a different paint job. I was going to go for a nice gunmetal grey Dalek because I was sort of bored of the gold, but when it came out of the cast there was a few issues along the front sections. There was issues with the cast, so there's some bits. So I decided to turn this into a damaged Asylum Dalek. Now to be specific, this is the one that was seen on front of DWTODWFA magazine. It also happens to be the one that Rory walked into in Asylum of the Daleks and asked for his eggs back. But yeah, this is based on that Dalek. The reason I went for that one is because this is a cast one, I could make as much damage as I like, so that's why these ones have got massive holes in it. All of my previous Asylum Daleks in the new series have just been really weathered up, so this was a chance for me to actually fully damage them without having to pay out for a new one. Because of the clear section in the new series, these rings here, the eye stalk and the ears have to be casted in clear resin, which means I was having some fun testing them out. The first few eye stalks didn't come out, and this one is slightly jellified, which means it's very, very bendy, but still has articulation. But it also means it slides down slightly like this, and sort of gets bent very easily. The ears were not perfect, but were the closest and are solid clear resin. They've been painted up to match, and then various bits of damage has been done throughout, including this massive hole for where the plunger should be, all of these holes all the way around. There's slits, there's cuts all the way around this thing, and then as you can see, this is where the figure didn't officially line up. I've put Milliput to try and fill it in, but it didn't work out very well. That's why I ended up turning it into an Asylum Dalek, and this is what I do with a lot of the broken bits of Dalek that I get when I make casts, but this came out quite well. So if I take the base off, you'll see that this is made of resin rather than anything else, and there's Milliput and stuff holding things together. And then this is one of the first resin bases that I made. As you can see, there's the air bubbles on top. This is the resin colour that it comes out as. And as you can see, this one sort of mucked up a bit, which means that it doesn't sit flat. It sort of floats weirdly, but it fits on the Dalek, and that's all I really need for it. The dome also, I made the mould upside down, which means that there is little puncture holes, tiny little air bubbles, which you won't see elsewhere on the figures that I've made. That I've casted, because I've sorted that out, but the dome and the base on this design was fudged slightly, so those are things that I will fix in later moulds, but for now this is what I got. Don't forget I had to cast all of the interior pieces, so like the ball joints, the bits that hold the ball joints in place. This I think still comes off. Here we go. So as you'll see on the inside, so this was a broken piece of interior cast, and because I didn't need to have the plunger on this side, it didn't work out very well, so I didn't need it. But yeah, that keeps the ball joint in place, and then this has got bits cut off so it slides in and out. If we go in, you can see the interior piece that holds the dome on. The dome is turnable. This one, unlike the Resurrection Dalek, this one slides back on like so, clips in. Which is quite useful if I need to access bits or do stuff. But yeah, unlike the Resurrection one, this has the correct dome piece, so this does, whilst it is slightly it is slightly shaky, it does move around a bit better than the previous ones, and are not as stiff as the original toys, but is, as you can see, completely in scale, a complete replica basically, just destroyed, which I'm very, very proud of. Another reason why I did this version is because when I went for a TARDIS studio tour in 2017, they had a destroyed Dalek on display, and it had the dome from this Dalek from Asylum of the Daleks, with these two cuts into the dome, these sort of like Harry Potter scars, on a standard weathered Dalek, and I hadn't realised until I researched it, but it happened to be this dome was moved from the destroyed base, destroyed arm and stuff. I assumed that the body itself then went into the Doctor experience or whatever for background fodder, etc. But they kept the dome, and that was used for the studio tours. I assume they must have been put in the cloisters for Hellbent. But yeah, this is a replica of that Dalek from the original thing. It was painted up in bronze and gold. It's not that far off, I think, colour wise. Quite like it. Yeah, and it's come out really well. I put out a Twitter poll on Twitter, and a lot of people decided that they would rather have the red eye, just to make it look extra evil, but also matched how it looked on the magazine cover. And that is pretty much all I can say on it. I have casted up wheels and things for it, but they haven't been put on, so it currently slides around on its base. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.